just read out from this book, self-authored. That's a little embarrassing, but okay, but there is so much in it. There is so much. It is a reservoir of all the infinite wisdom the ascended masters ever wanted to pass on to this humanity, to this world. Your mind, your best friend. Of course, you are able to read this particular title, and then there is the word 30 days to build your most important friendship. 30 days to build your most important friendship. In your mind, your best friend, though the title is this, there is yet another very unseen title in this very book. It's not seen. And you know what is that? Your mind, your worst enemy. So with this, I just want to get into the book so that I don't waste much of my time. And this is about the reading day 1. This book has 30 days of reading. Each day you read one, and there is a practice. So after reading a particular reading, you try to absorb it. And then whatever is the central message of that particular reading, then you have certain very specific exercises, very specific practices to do on a daily basis with only one intention in your mind. Because whenever you do anything, please make it a point. Set your intention right. This whole universe, the whole universe works exactly in that. If we are just trying to do things at random, we don't attain to results which we possibly expect at a higher level. But if we want a proficient, a real good outcome, result of any of our efforts, you can make sure that first set your intention right. What do you want to do? If you want to reach somewhere, set your intention. Where do you want to reach? If you're going to do a particular task or a particular day, then before you walk toward that particular task, make sure you just pause, breathe, and set your intention. This intention is to print into the very ether of this atmosphere, the very ether in this very cosmic consciousness, that you want the divine, you want the universe, you want the nature to support you in this particular venture that you want to take on a particular moment, on a particular day, because that has been, or that is your wish. So that setting of an intention is very important. So every day, if you read one, then you also have certain specific practices to do, so that whatever you have read, you also have put at least a part of it into practice. Because we may read thousands of books of all libraries in the world, and then what will happen is that our brain will become a library, that's all. Walk into any library in this world, no book speaks to you, and even if it speaks, it's all empty. But if in the library you find someone is sitting, he's sitting quiet, doing nothing, while he's just sitting in a meditative posture, go sit before him and ask him a question. What is one lesson that you want to impart to me? What you want to give to me? What has been your life's one single realization? Maybe he will say, live your life without regrets. Then you can die without regrets. Well, you can go through the entire library. You can take all the books and read for centuries. But there's one word coming from the wisdom and the mind of a realized master, that lead your life in such a way that you don't have regrets every day at the end of the day after having completed certain tasks. Maybe because your intention was not set solid. So here, I'll just start this book reading day 1, your befriending mind, your one true friend. That means your own mind is your one true friend. And now we need to know what kind of mind is that, which is my true friend, because the very word mind How can that be my friend? Because it's absolutely chaos. It's a crowd. How can that be my best friend? So, in order to understand that how your mind, which is like a chaos, random, how that even could be befriended, can be made into something of a support system for you for your whole life. Here we go. What God wants of you, or what the universe wants of you, first and foremost, is for you to find your one true friend in all the world. The universe wants you to find one true friend. Did you see that even when we were kids, when we used to go to the school, if we had a lot of friends, we are always, oh, you are so successful, you are so good. But if by some reason, for some reason, if a particular kid could not really make enough friends or number of friends, then maybe, there were problems with the child, there were problems in the family, that maybe these social skills are not well developed, because we are social beings. And we need to have friends, because we need to communicate, we need to learn from each other, because that's exactly what the process is all about. So, seeking and searching for friends outside has been from day one of our life. I hope you agree with me on this. We have always, all our life, every one of you, me, every one of us, we have always looked for a friend outside. It was in the school, college, university, or if you have not gone to any of these, educational institutions, so what? In the very school of this universe, we are born as humans, as social beings, and one of the very natural instinct of every social animal is to find a friend. And here it is, what universe wants of you is, first and foremost, is for you to find one true friend. That's the click. That is the catch. When do you find a true friend? You can find friends in bundles. But how do you find a true friend, a genuine friend? Because you know very well, a true friend is one who is like friend, philosopher, and guide together all in one. The friend who is by your side, maybe only one such friend, but that's enough to have one true guiding principle, a person who can be by your side, and you can wholly, totally, blindly trust him or her, and in return whatever you are going to get is going to fill you and your heart with enough satisfaction. That is possibly the definition of a true friend, who never does anything whereby you have in your mind a sense of distrust. The foundational relationship between man to man, between man to woman, between woman to woman, between any persons is one of trust. On the foundation of trust gradually grows the superstructure of a human relationship. And here it is said that first and foremost you try to find one true friend in this world. And the most important thing is that it's the most difficult thing to find one true friend in this world. And that is exactly where your spiritual journey begins. Because initially you try to find your one true friend outside in the world, in the society, in the friend circle, in the place where you work. You must be in the same community or wherever you are. But all your search for the right kind of a right best friend always will be outside of you. But you'll find at some point that this very search outside for the right and the best and the true and the genuine friend outside will someday create a question mark in your mind. Is it truly available outside of me, or is it something that is inside of me? This is the beginning of the true spiritual journey, from the outside to inside. This search and seeking of a true good friend outside one day will bring it to make you at least sit quiet and find, is a true friend outside of me, or the truest friend is inside of me? Your One true friend is your own mind, which befriends you in all circumstances, a mind which always returns you to ultimate truth of your home in the divine. What's the nature? What's the nature of a true, right, good friend? Here it is exactly talked about that. The true nature of a true good friend is this, that your own mind which befriends you in all circumstances, that means that particular mind which befriends you in all circumstances, that means whatever may be the external situations and circumstances, your mind is guiding you as the most loving support, absolutely the path of the reality and truth. And here he said, is your own mind which befriends you in also a mind which always returns you to the ultimate truth of your home in the divine. Whenever you will find that your mind is helping you to find the route back to your own true home inside of you, so that you are not straying outside. Your mind will always pull you outside into this world. Your mind will always take you into the different things in this world. This is a natural trait of the human mind. But you can be rest assured, we are not here to find fault with this particular kind of a mindset, which is continually exposed to the external world of objectivities. This is the beginning of the journey. This is a practical reality. We are not going to say no to it. Only thing is this, we are going to ask at some point in our life, is this our home? Is the home where we live? Is the apartment, house, building, villa, is that the place where our home is? Gradually, as you evolve in your consciousness, you'll find that your home is not bounded by four walls, which you call as a bedroom or a kitchen or a toilet or a sitting room or a living room, whatever it is. That is not it, where space is bounded by walls and you give different names to different spaces. That's not your home. Your true home is space filled with absolute bliss. That's your mind. And that mind is the mind which is one with the divine mind. That mind is the mind which is soaked in divinity. That mind is the mind which is no longer attached to anything in part by part by part, but is continually being given to the whole, total and a holistic view of life. Thereby that life becomes a holistic life, but only a mind which is gradually divinized over a period of time, continually divinized over a period of time, continually being polished or distilled through meditation, distilled through all the processes, prayers it could be. It could just be doing japa or any of the kind of techniques. But the idea is how gradually the mind can be distilled and purified so that it can come back to its natural, pristine, glorious state of reflecting the innermost core of our being, of our existential beingness, which is a self within. Pure mind and the true self, the witnessing consciousness, is one and the same. But the impurities of the mind needs to be purged, needs to be gradually washed clean. The whole process of sadhana, the whole process of our daily routine of our life is not just to repeat what we have done yesterday, day before yesterday, months and years back, but the whole idea, whole concept, the whole thought that has to come to your mind is that every day is a gift to me to just take one step forward towards a little higher elevated state of understanding and perception about why am I here in this world, why I have this human body when there are so many other animals and plants in this very place. So this human body and this human awareness has to have something to do with my inner core. So the more you become meditative, prayerful, calm, mindful, you'll find that you're becoming more loving, caring, compassionate, Everything will flow out of you. That's the job of a true friend, to guide you back into your source. That's our first chapter. And you see you again next time with this same book. I'll start reading pages after pages and sharing with you all my love to each one of you. And know there's only one truth, and that's love.